Right now, for more on the just concluded Olympic Games, we can now speak to Jeffrey Kimani, who is an IAAF certified athletics coach, as well as an IRB certified conditioning coach here in Kenya. Coach, thank you for joining us. So obviously, you were in Brazil. What would you say is the takeaway for the continent of Africa at the just concluded Games?
For me, it was the first time to be at the Olympics, and definitely a very good Olympic atmosphere. For the first time, we had very good performances from Africans across the board. We had a gold medal in the taekwondo. We had silvers in both the javelin men and women. And of course, the takeaway event was the 400 meters, where Wayne van Niekerk broke the world record, and of course, Ayana broke the world record. So generally for Africa, the athletes and the coaches did their work.
All right, and obviously the coaches indeed did do their work, but also there was a lot of problems surrounding the organization of teams. We heard these stories to do with Kenya, to do with Ethiopia. What went wrong when it comes to the organizational side of things at the Games?
I think it's a carryover. It's something that goes down to planning, and this was not. It's inexcusable because 4 years ago in 2012 we knew we were going to have the Olympics. And the things that you are hearing are things that have to do with just, basic things like getting the athletes to have their kits in time so that they can train with them, getting to the camp on time, training in the right kind of atmosphere, something that's close to what they'll be expecting in Rio. So there were just things that really can be handled, and things that just went out of, just went awry.
All right, and of course now we look ahead. Obviously, Tokyo 2020 is coming up. What maybe can African nations do to improve these organizational problems in Tokyo this time round?
I think everybody takes the blame. We cannot just heap the blame on the respective Olympic committees. But just to borrow from maybe our country here, the Olympic Committee is in charge of the medical wing. So they get to choose the doctors and the physios and everything. I think they need to extend that wing to incorporate conditioning coaches, lots of sports science and all that kind of preparation. And also look at other countries that are well advanced. Technically, their Olympic committees are the ones that run the high performance centers.
Right.
So once the federations get to choose whichever athletes are going to the Olympics, they hand them over to the Olympic Committee. The Olympic Committee is in a position to send technical officials, coaches, and other athletes to other places to go and maybe enhance their skills and everything. So really, it's a problem that's going to be tackled by everybody, and there's no reason why Africa should not be leading in terms of medals and everything.
Indeed. Finally, Coach, obviously this was maybe a moment of pride for you, having a rugby sevens background. The sport was finally introduced to the Olympic Games. What do you think was rugby's performance at the 2016 Rio Olympics? What was the takeaway for the sport in general in Rio?
Definitely the World Rugby Series was something that made rugby really get into Olympics with much ease. The way the players get to go to different venues, the way the organization is done. And I can say without being contradicted that I think the best atmosphere really was in the Rugby Sevens stadiums. We had 2 teams from Africa, and maybe going forward, lessons learned, we need to prepare early, we need to prepare properly, and of course get into the medal brackets.
Coach Jeffrey Kimani, thank you very much for joining us here on Matchpoint. Coach joining us here, both IRB and IAAF certified coach. He was, of course, at the Rio Olympic Games, and we are taking a look back at the Games.